What is a star? Stars are giant spheres of superhot gas made up mostly of hydrogen and helium. And stars get so hot by burning hydrogen into helium in a process called nuclear fusion. This is what makes them so hot and bright, and our sun, like you see here, is a star. Now, stars start out in giant clouds of dust called nebula. Gravity forces the dust to bunch together, and as more and more dust bunches up, gravity gets stronger and it starts to get hot and becomes a protostar. Once the center gets hot enough, nuclear fusion will begin and a young star is born. Once a star, it will continue to burn energy and glow for billions of years. This is the state of the star for the majority of its life and is called the main sequence of that star. Now, during this time, a balance is met between gravity wanting to shrink the star and heat wanting to make it grow bigger. And the star will remain this way until it runs out of hydrogen. A red giant is when the hydrogen runs out and the outside of the star expands and it becomes a red giant. Collapse. Eventually, the core of the star will start to make iron, and this will cause the star to collapse. What happens to the star next depends on how much mass it has, or how big it is. The average star will become a white dwarf, and that is what will happen to ours. Larger stars will create a huge nuclear explosion called a supernova. After the supernova, it may become a black hole or a neutron star. There are many different types of stars. Stars that are in their main sequence are normal stars, are categorized by their color. The smallest stars are red and don't give off much of a glow. Medium-sized stars are yellow like the sun, and the largest stars are blue and hugely bright. And the larger the main sequence star, the hotter and brighter that they are. Dwarfs. Now, smaller stars are called dwarf stars. Red and yellow stars are generally called dwarfs. A brown dwarf is one that never quite got large enough for nuclear fusion to occur. A white dwarf is the remnants of the collapse of a red giant star. Giant stars may be main sequence stars, like a blue giant, or stars that are expanding like red giants. Some supergiant stars are as big as the entire solar system. A neutron star is created from the collapse of a giant star. It's very tiny, but extremely dense. Most of the stars in the universe are red dwarfs. They twinkle because of movement in the Earth's atmosphere. Many stars come in pairs called binary stars. There are some groupings with up to 4 stars, and the smaller they are, the longer that they live. Giant stars are bright, but tend to burn out fast. The nearest star to Earth is Proxima Centauri. It is 4.2 light years away, meaning you would have to travel at the speed of light for 4.2 Earth years to get there. The Sun is around 4.5 billion years old.